Okay, sige. So, let's now continue our next topic. So, next topic po natin would be sexually transmitted disease. Okay, so very timely, di ba? Magandang pag-usapan. Okay, so ano po ba yung mga topic na pag-uusapan natin sa sexually transmitted disease? So, nandyan na po ang AIDS, herpes, chlamydia, candidiasis, gonorrhea, syphilis. Yan po yung mga lalabas na ayun po yung mga pag-uusapan natin na sakit today. So, bago tayo magsimula,
ang programang ito ay rated SPG. Striktong patnubay at gabay ng magulang ang kailangan. Maaaring may masiselang tema, lengguwahe, karahasan, sexual, horror o droga na hindi angkop sa mga bata.
ayan. So, I hope wala naman pong minor de edad dito sa klase na to, ano? So, kasi medyo maselan, sometimes baka medyo maging vulgar po yung mga words na gamitin natin. So, disclaimer, bawal po ma-offend, ha? So, strictly professional and for educational purposes lang po yung pag-uusapan natin today. Okay, so let's start with AIDS or tinatawag natin na acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Okay, so ano nga ba yung AIDS na yan? Sabi natin, AIDS is a clinical manifestation of human immunodeficiency virus or HIV infection. So, ibig sabihin, si AIDS, siya yung mas malala or siya na yung malalang infection ng HIV. Okay? So, when a person's immune systems break down, he or she becomes susceptible to many infection which eventually ends in death. So, yung mga patient na merong HIV na napunta sa AIDS, sobrang hina ng immune system nila. So, yun yung nagiging problem kasi nga madali silang mahawahan ng mga sakit. Kaya yun yung ikinamamatay ng mga pasyente because of decrease ng kanilang immune system. So, in this state, sabi, the individuals present with opportunistic infections that have unlimited extent and possibilities. So, ibig sabihin, lahat ng kahit anong infection na kayang i-invade or bigyan ng sakit yung isang tao, dyan nangyayari yan sa AIDS. Kaya very vulnerable po yung mga AIDS patient natin. So, the symptoms have atypical presentation and severity. A patient with AIDS have, very infectious. They are very ill and prone to aggressive kinds of opportunistic diseases. Kasi nga po, weak, sira na yung immune system, yung panlaban nila sa mga sakit. Kaya po, ganyan po yung mga nakikita natin sa pasyente na merong AIDS. So, it is important to emphasize to the patient that AIDS is acquired. So, which means, it is not hereditary or inborn, except for cases na merong congenital HIV. However, not every child born to a mother with HIV will acquire the virus from her. So, may chance pa din po yung mga mother na may HIV. May chance. Pero, technically, natatransfer po talaga siya kasi nagko-cross siya sa placenta. So, etiologic agent is your human immunodeficiency virus or HIV, which is a retrovirus that belongs to the latent virus, which comes from the Latin word lente, which means slow. So, yung pong HIV, this is a slow progressive disease or slow progressive virus. Unti-unti niyang sinisira yung immune system ng isang tao. So, kaya sabi ito, the time between infection and appearance of symptoms tends to be much longer, allowing more opportunities for these pathogens to be transmitted to the other hosts. So, ibig sabihin, if patient is infected with HIV, without symptoms, nasa kanya na yun, na ipapasa na niya yun sa ibang tao. Kaya, pwede mong makita yung isang tao na malakas siya, normal, pero infected siya ng HIV virus or HIV natin. So, ano bang ginagawa ng virus na yan? So, the virus attacks and slowly destroy the immune system, which lead to immune deficiency. Yun yung para mapunta dun sa AIDS na tinatawag natin. It is progressive and leads to a profound lack of defense against all kinds of infection, including the organism that do not normally cause severe illness to humans. Kahit yung mga cute pa cute lang na infection, nagiging infected na agad yung isang tao. So, is HIV infection can also lead to increased susceptibility to cancer. So, pwede rin po yung maging risk factor para magkaroon ng cancer. It is a lifelong condition. There is currently no definite cure, although many scientists are working to find one. However, with medical care and treatment such as antiretroviral therapy, it is possible to manage HIV and live with conditions for many years. So, wala pang treatment or cure mismo dun sa HIV. But, we have therapy or we have medications or yung antiretroviral therapy or medications na binibigay sa HIV patient para mamuhay sila ng normal, para humaba yung buhay nila. So, ang ginagawa nun, tinutulungan ng antiretroviral therapy na hindi mag-replicate yung virus para hindi dumami, para hindi bumagsak yung immune system ng pasyente. Kumbaga, ang mangyayari, if halimbawa early detected ka na may HIV, so ite-take mo tong antiretroviral drug as parang maintenance medication, parang hypertension na lang. 'Di ba? Na 'di ba yung anti-hypertensive drugs pag hindi mo ininom tataas yung BP. So dito naman sa antiretroviral drug, pag hindi mo siya inom, dadami ulit yung magre-replicate yung HIV or yung virus doon sa katawan ni patient natin. Okay, so paano nga ba na ta-transfer yung AIDS or HIV? Siyempre, through sexual intercourse. Diba? So, vertical or perinatal transmission from pregnant woman to a fetus during pregnancy, childbirth, or breastfeeding. Pwedeng transplacental, where there is greater risk of transmission when the mother has developed the advanced AIDS. So, pag HIV, may chance na hindi matransfer. Pero kapag AIDS, malaki po yung chance na matransfer kay baby. Napapanganak siya na may HIV na agad yung bata. Pwede rin po through blood transfusion and share of infected syringes and needles among intravenous drug users. Diba? Yung BT. Pero ngayon naman po, safe na yung blood transfusion kasi ini-screen na po yan for HIV. So, kung gusto nyo pong magpa-test, ayan, libre mag-donate kayo ng blood. Pero actually, we have facilities na libre po magpa-test ng HIV for you. Halimbawa, sexually active ka, pwede po yan. Okay? So, meron din po yun, mga nag-a-addict, di ba? Share ng needles. Di ba? So, ano pa daw? Ways of receiving infected blood. So, there is always a risk in receiving contaminated blood, whether by direct transmission or through blood transfusion. Paano yung direct transmission? Di ba? Sinalinan ka ng dugo. Di ba? In order to prevent this, international health regulation required that all blood products must be screened for any viral or bacterial contamination before they are used. So, ngayon po, mula no 2019, lahat po ng dugo, or actually hindi lang 2019 if I'm not mistaken, 2000, nagsimula po lahat ng blood or lahat ng donor ini-screen po for HIV bago, or any viral diseases bago po isalin sa isang pasyente. Okay, there are several ways by which patient can receive contaminated blood. So, blood transfusion nga po, sharing of needles. Ayan. And also, di ba yung mga nurses, di ba yung mga nani-needle prick, ingat po. Di ba? Organ donation and accidental exposure to blood and blood products in the hospital or clinic. So, last year yata yun, last year, meron akong estudyante na umiyak. Bakit siya umiyak? Kasi, na-needle prick siya. And yung patient niya, HIV positive. Ayan. So, anong reason ba siya na needle prick? Nag-recap. Ayan. So, sabi ko sa kanya, pwede ka magpa-check ngayon, tapos after 3 months, tas to make sure na hindi ka na-expose. Ayan. So, kaya mag-ingat po kayo pag naka-duty sa hospital. So, what are the signs and symptoms? Sabi natin, a person may remain asymptomatic. He or she feels and appears healthy for years even though he or she is infected with HIV. So, di ba sabi ko nga kanina, normal yan. Alam mo, malakas pa, pero infected na. While they do not have a full-blown AIDS, yet their immune system is impaired. So, ibig sabihin, nagtatry pa lumaban yung immune system niya. Nagpapadami pa yung virus dun sa katawan ni patient. So, they may exhibit neurological symptoms such as memory loss, altered gait, depression, sleep disorder, or chronic diarrhea. Ayan, may mga ganyan po na pwedeng lumabas na symptoms. Which is, sometimes because hindi siya na-associate agad sa AIDS. Ano pa daw? This set of symptoms are often called AIDS-related complex by clinician. As the symptoms progress, the patient becomes AIDS patient. So ano nga yung nangyayari? Di ba yung pasyente nagkaroon ng HIV infection, nagkaroon siya. So 3 to 8 weeks, magre-replicate yung virus na yan. And then from months to years, makaka-experience kayo ng pasyente, nung infected patient, yung mga acute illness, nagkakaroon siya ng fever, ng rashes, joint pains, muscle pain, sore throat, di ba? Parang nagkakaroon ng, ano ba, akala niya, normal na sore throat lang, normal na fever lang, di ba? Tarangkaso lang. Di ba? And then as dumadami yung virus, as nagpo-progress po siya to AIDS, nagkakaroon na ng chronic illness, nagkakaroon na ngayon ng opportunistic infections. And then patient may have weight loss, di ba? At actually, hindi na bigla na pumayat, diarrhea, tapos namamaga po yung mga lymph nodes ng pasyente, and lagi siyang pagod. And it is now lead to AIDS. And in AIDS, patient may have Kaposi sarcoma, pneumocystis jirovecii, pneumonia or PCP, or cryptococcal meningitis. Ibig sabihin, pwede sa brain, pwede sa buto, pwede po sa lungs ni patient diyang kumalat. Okay, so what are the stages of HIV infection? So first is the primary infection. So acute HIV infection and acute syndrome, ano daw yan? This is the earlier stage where generally develops within 2 to 4 weeks after infection. So ano manifestation na makikita sa kanya? Flu-like symptoms. So para lang siyang tinatrangkaso. May lagnat, may headache, may rashes. And then, nagre-replicate kasi yung virus and then kumakalat dun sa katawan ng pasyente. Kaya nagkakaroon ng response. Kasi di ba, dumadami, nagre-responde rin po yung immune system, lumalaban pa siya. And at this stage, sabi na, a high-level viral replication takes place and the virus attacks and destroy your CD4 cells, which is your infection-fighting cells, o yun yung panlaban natin sa mga infection. So, bumabagsak po yung CD4 cell ng pasyente. So, during this event, the level of HIV in the blood is very high, which greatly increase the risk for HIV transmission. So, ibig sabihin, nakakahawa yung pasyente. Diba? So, nakipag-kemean siya, ayan, pwede niya maipasa yan. So, in about 3 weeks, the patient may display symptoms like fever, lymphadenopathy, rash, yan. So, muscle ache and headache. Basta tanda nyo yung early symptoms na nakikita sa kanila. Pero, di ba, isipin mo parang tarangkaso. Diba? The symptoms are resolved in 3 to 4 weeks because immune system begins to gain control over the virus. Diba? Kaya kala nag-improve. Kasi nga, lumaban ulit yung immune system ng pasyente. And then, there comes the second stage, the asymptomatic HIV infection or the clinical latency. So, ano nangyayari dito? Diba? Wala na siyang sintomas, but the virus continue to multiply. Padami siya ng padami at very low levels. So, people with chronic HIV infection may have not age-related or HIV-related symptoms, but they can still spread the virus sa ibang tao. So, without treatment, chronic HIV infection usually advances to AIDS in 10 years or longer, though it may advance faster in some people. So, iba-iba po. Pero meron po talagang tao na halimbawa maganda yung immune system niya, matagal bago mag-advance sa AIDS. So, in the history, mga 10 years, 5 years, diba? Meron po mga matatagal, meron mabibilis. And then, there now comes the acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, which is the age and the final and most severe stage of HIV infection. At this point, HIV has severely damaged the immune system and the body can no longer fight off opportunistic infection. Kasi nga, sira na, wala na siyang pang-laban, wala nang panlaban sa yung immune system niya. So, kaya nangyayari, madali na siyang mahawa ng mga sakit. So, people with HIV are diagnosed with AIDS if their CD4 count is less than 200 cells millimeter cube, or if they have certain opportunistic infection. A CD4 cell decrease fewer than 100 cells per ml of blood, the immune system significantly impaired. Ayan. So, ibig sabihin, habang bumabagsak po yung CD4 cell, ibig sabihin, lalong nai-impaired na po yung immune system ni patient. So, ito medyo critical na to pag nasa 100 na lang po yung CD4 count ng patient natin. Okay, so other manifestation, respiratory manifestation. So, tandaan nyo, pag respiratory manifestation, pneumonia ang mangyayari kay patient. So, pneumocystic girovisi pneumoniae or dati tinatawag na Picarini pneumonia or PCP. So, the organism must be renamed but the abbreviation remains PCP. So, it's one of the first opportunistic infections associated with AIDS and also most common one. And actually, ayan, sabi ko nga po, ang kinamamatay po ng pasyente na may AIDS is yung mga complications. Ito po, kagaya ng pneumonia. Pwede rin po, Mycobacterium avium complex compromise a group of acid fast bacilli that includes yung Mycobacterium avium, Mycobacterium intracellulari, Mycobacterium scrophulacillum. So, ibig sabihin, yan po yung mga lalabas. And can also affect yung gastrointestinal tract, lymph nodes, and yung bone marrow ng pasyente natin. Tuberculosis that occurs late in HIV infection characterized by absence of immune response to the tuberculin test. So, ibig sabihin, walang panlaban din siya sa TB. Diba? So, yung TB antigen na wala na. So, in the later stage, HIV infection, TB may disseminate to extrapulmonary site. So, ibig sabihin, mas kakalat yung tuberculosis dun sa pasyente. Hindi na lang sa lungs, pwede na sa CNS, bone, sa heart, sa stomach, or sa peritoneum. Sabihin, kahit saan siya pwede magpunta na yan. Okay, ano naman? Gastrointestinal manifestation. So, pwede po magkaroon ng oral candidiasis yung pasyente. Yung fungal infection dun sa bibig niya. Diba? So, is characterized by creamy white patches in the oral cavity. If left untreated, will affect the esophagus and up to the stomach. Diba? Yung nakakaroon ng mga kalalaso lang. Candidiasis na pala. Diba? Kung hindi siya matitreat, diba malulunok yan, pupunta dun sa esophagus ni patient. Yan. Okay, the patient may experiences difficulty in people swallowing and retrosternal pain. Okay, so meron tayong tinatawag na wasting syndrome. Ito naman, occurs when the patient goes into hypermetabolic state in lean body mass is lost. Diarrhea, gastrointestinal malabsorption, and anorexia cause progressive muscle wasting. So, ibig sabihin, biglang papayat yung pasyente. Na-conserve yung calorie niya, tapos nag-LBM, tain ng tayong pasyente, kaya siya pumapayat. Ayan, ito pala ang sikreto. Para dumaling pumayat, di ba? Hindi mo kailangan mag-exercise, papayat ka. Tignan mo yung pasyente na to, ayan. Wasting syndrome. Ayan, sobrang payat na siya. Naubos na lahat ng muscle ni patient. Next, oncologic manifestation. Ayan, yung Kaposis sarcoma. It's most common HIV-related malignancy associated with low CD4 count. There will be appearance ng cutaneous lesion doon kahit sa body. So, brown to brownish pink in color yan. Flat. So, meron yan nagkakaroon sa bibig. Ayan, ito po yan. Ayan, kaya check nyo po yung mga hinahalikan nyo. Ayan, check nyo muna yung gilagid, baka may ganyan. Ayan. So, B-cell lymphomas are the second most common malignancy associated with AIDS. So, most often than not, B-cells lymphomas develop outside the lymph nodes. They tend to spread out to the brain, bone marrow, and gastrointestinal tract. So, ganyan siya nag-i-spread talaga. Neurologic manifestation, so HIV, encephalopathy, formerly known as age dementia complex. So, nervous system naman yung affected. So, syempre, ayan, pwede memory deficit, ulyanin, nakakalimutan, headache, ayan, difficulty in concentrating, or nagkakaroon ng psychomotor slowing processing. Diba? Diba kinakausap mo, tulali, o kaya minsan ang tagal ma-absorb yung dinasabi mo. Diba? Or sometimes, meron din pong hallucination si patient. Pwede rin spastic paraparesis, seizure, diba? Napabila na lang walang nagpa-paralyze. O kaya tulala yung pasyente. Or, ayan, mutism. Hindi lang nagsasalita. And death can follow anytime doon sa pasyente na. Kasi imagine mo, CNS na yung affected. Okay, we also have your vascular myelopathy. It is degenerative disorder that affects the lateral and posterior columns of the spinal cord, resulting to spastic paralysis and ataxia or incontinence. Ibig sabihin yung spinal cord apektado din dun sa patient natin. Okay, so paano ba yan dinadiagnose? So we have your Western blot analysis, confirmatory diagnostic test, ELISA, enzyme-linked immunosorbent assay, particulate anti-glutenin test, immunofluorescent test, ayan, marami pong mga test, radioimmunoprecipitate assay, antigen-antibody test is the most common procedure. So, antibody test wherein the blood is checked solely for the presence of antibody. So, pag antibody-antigen test, so, i-check lang po yan kung presence, so positive or negative. Pag positive, saka pa lang po gagawin yung ELISA or yung CD4 cell count para makita kung nasaang stage na siya. Okay, so ngayon din po, meron na rin po tayo mga OraQuick HIV test kit. So, oral swab po yan, 20 minutes. Meron na rin po nabibili online, yung ipipick lang yung finger. Yan, meron na rin po nabibiling yan. Bako nahihiya kayo na mag-test. Ayan. Pwede pong bumili po sa online. Tapos, yan. So, kung nag-positive, mag-seek po kayo sa mga facility hubs natin. Okay, so sa Nueva Ecija, meron, kung tama po yung pagkakaalala ko, meron po 3 treatment hub dito sa Nueva Ecija. We have in Dr. Paulina J. Garcia sa PJG. Meron po tayo sa Talavera and sa Premier ata. Meron din po testing kit. And recently, parang sa NEMC, excuse me, nakita ko parang nag-create na rin po sila. Ayan, so marami pong ways para magpa-treat, para ma-prevent po natin, no? So, treatment, sabi ko nga, wala pang treatment, pero wala pa tayong cure, pero tinitreat siya para hindi mag-replicate yung virus. We have your antiretroviral drug. So, this inhibits the reproduction of virus. Diba? So, pwedeng reverse transcript inhibitors inhibit the enzymes called reverse transcriptase, which need to copy information from the virus to replicate. So, para hindi dumami. While protease inhibitor work by inhibiting the enzyme protease which needed for the assembly for viral particles naman. So, basta minomodify niya yung virus para hindi siya dumami ng dumami. Kaya tandaan, there is no cure for HIV but it can be controlled. People with HIV often have a near normal lifespan with early treatment with antiretroviral therapy along those same lines. These are technically no cure for AIDS. So, pero tawag dito, ngayon din, meron na rin pong uso yung, yung PrEP. Diba, sexually active ka talaga. So, meron na rin pong binibigay sila na gamot para ma-prevent na hindi ka magkaroon ng HIV. Okay, so treatment with antiretroviral therapy can increase your person CD4 count to the point that they can consider age-free. So, ibig sabihin, meron po kasing tinatawag na undetectable. So, ibig sabihin, pag mataas na yung CD4 count mo, nandun pa rin yung virus, pero undetectable, sabihin, sobrang konti na lang siya. And dumadating sa point din po na kapag, di ba, maaga nga na-treat, tapos talagang sumusunod sa treatment, dumadating sa point na hindi na niya na ipapasa yung sakit. Pwede na niya hindi maipasa yung sakit. So, treatment can typically help manage yung opportunistic infections natin. Okay, question so far? Wala. Okay. So, as a nurse, ang pinaka-importante, syempre, yung health education. So, dapat po, kasi tayo po nagbibigay niyan. And actually, may mga training din po dyan. Nakalimutan yung hack, merong training para po sa AIDS. Para kayo po yung magka-counsel, ba kayo kakausap, yan. So, kaya tayo, alam mo, nasa duty ka, alam mo, tahimik, kasi pwede ka po kayong kasuhan pagdating dyan. Hindi po yan pinag-uusapan. Okay, so nurses should be aware of physical and psychological consequences associated with HIV/AIDS patient natin. So, interact patient and their families and friends about modes of transmission, including hand washing in your discussion. Kasi nga, di ba prone sila sa infection, kasama po yan. Ayan, avoid fear tactics. Kaya nga po, i-educate natin sila kung paano ba yan mahahawa. Diba? Hindi naman mahahawa yan, hindi naman maitatransfer pag nakipaghalikan ka lang basta. Yung nag-share kayo ng kutsara. Diba? Unless, yung laway na pinasa mo sa kahalikan mo, isang timba, isang tabo, yun, baka pwede mahawa na siya nun. Tandaan, blood, or mga body fluids like semen, yan, mga pwede po tama siya. So, yung confidentiality, importante po dyan. Huwag kakalimutan yung confidentiality. So, avoid judgmental and moralistic message. Be tactful. Huwag mong i-judge yung pasyente. Be consistent and concise in giving instruction. Use positive statement. Diba? So, yan. Yung mga pagkailangan pumakausap ng pasyente. Kaya nga po may training po na ginagawa dyan. Number 2, practice universal and standard precautions. Diba? Yung gown and gloves natin. Diba? Hand washing. Diba? Yung mga pag naghahawa ka ng mga blood products. Ayan. So, laging tatandaan yung standard precaution. So, universal PPE, cap, mask, gloves, gown, ayan, face shield, ayan. So, pag mga, na po yan, mga sobrang lala. So, preventive measures. So, observe correct technique to avoid accidental prick, sabi ko nga, from sharps, instrument contaminated with potentially infectious material from the patient with AIDS natin. So, kaya nga po, mag-ingat pong mabuti. Okay, ano pa daw? Gloves should be worn with handling blood specimen and other body secretion as well as yung mga surface materials sa ovaries. Basta lagi po kayong mag-gloves. So, blood and other specimen should be labeled with special warnings as an age precaution. So, nilalagyan po nila yung mga actually, naglalagay po niyan yung mga pero sa ibang hospital, may code po silang ginagamit. Hindi po AIDS yung inilalagay, may code silang ginagamit. Kasi pag yan agad, baka mamaya may makasilip, yung confidentiality naman. Pero iba, nilalagay pa rin po. Pero basta sure na nakasecure, yung hindi nakikita yung pangalan ng pasyente. Okay, kapag daw nagkaroon ng blood spill, so lilinisin naman po siya ng sodium hypochlorite or yung dinidilute na Sonrox, di ba? Yung 1:10 na yan. So, needle should be should not be bent after use. It should be disposed agad sa puncture tube container ninyo. Personal articles like yung mga razor, yan, toothbrush, yan, hindi po yan pinag-sharean, no? Kahit gano'n mo kamahal isang tao, hindi po, personal use po dapat siya. Basta yung pwedeng mag-cause ng hiwa. Diba? Patient with active AIDS should be isolated for decreased exposure to pathologic organism. Halimbawa, talagang AIDS na siya. So, ina-isolate siya para ma-prevent na mahawa po siya ng mga sakit. Kasi nga madali na siyang mahawa ng sakit. Okay, malinaw po ba tayo sa AIDS? May question? Clarification? Malinaw? Sure? Okay. So, let's now move with the next STD or sexually transmitted disease, which is herpes simplex. So, ano naman yan? Herpes simplex is a viral infection caused by herpes simplex virus. Infection are characterized based on the affected body parts. O, pag oral herpes, di ba, nasa muka or sa bibig ni patient. O, herpes simplex may result in blister that occurs in group, often called your cold sores or fever blister. In other occasions, may just have sore throat. For herpes simplex is related to virus that cause infectious mononucleosis or yung Epstein-Barr virus natin, chickenpox and shingles. Ayan, so pwede pong kamag-anak po niya yan. Okay, etiologic agent is your herpes simplex virus. We have your type 1 virus, which is, yan yung mga cold sores. So, nasa mga bata siya. And characterized by tiny clear fluid blisters. So, yan po yung herpes type 1. Herpes simplex type 1. Ayan. Kaya tingnan nyo. Ayan, o. Meron din tayo the sore most commonly appear on the lips, mouth, nose, chin, or cheeks shortly after exposure. So, pwede yan. Develop dun sa on wounds. Patient may barely notice yung symptoms or need medical treatment for pain relief. Ayan. Ayan, kasi makakatino masakit. So, the disease can transmit by kissing or sharing kitchen utensils and towels. Ayan. So, kaya pati tuwalya, sa herpes mo, makuha pag nakipaghalikan ka. Diba? Nagsubuan kayo. Ayan. Tapos yung towel same. Ayan. Patient usually catch the infection from family members or friends who carry the virus. Kasi nga, diba, clingy, nagdidikit-dikit. The sore of primary infection appear 2 to 20 days after contact with the infected person and usually last for 7 to 10 days po yan lalabas. Okay, type 2 naman, genital herpes. So, saan siya makikita? Sa genitals. Okay, common sexually transmitted infection caused by the herpes simplex virus. Handaan na, pag type 2, sa genitals na siya. So, sexual contact is the primary mode of transmission after initial infection. The virus lies dormant in patient's body and can reactive several times a year. So, ibig sabihin, pwedeng carrier ka niyan, walang sintomas, tapos biglang mag-activate ulit. Lalabas ulit yung symptoms sa iyo. So, genital herpes can cause pain, itching, sore in the genital area, vesicular or postural lesions, and painful erythematous ulcer around the genitals and also present doon. Sila may mga butlig-butlig doon na parang nagnanana sa genitalia ng pasyente. So, the virus affects about 20% of sexually active individuals. The virus can also spread by auto-infection. Ano daw yun? Touching of an affected part of the body after touching. Halimbawa, nangate, kinamot mo, tapos ginamot mo yung batok mong ganyan. O, ibig sabihin, pwedeng lumipat doon kasi sa kamay na sa daliri mo, nasa kuko mo yung virus. Okay, there is no cure for genital herpes, but medication can ease symptoms and reduce the risk of infecting others. So, ibig sabihin, yung gamot dyan, pinipigilan lang siya na makahawa at saka hindi lumabas yung mga symptoms kay patient. So, more than 80% of women affected of herpes simplex virus 2 manifest cervical and urethral involvement. So, sa babae, yung cervix saka urethra niya pwedeng madamay po. So, signs and symptoms, sabi, during the initial outbreak, ano mararamdaman ng pasyente? Flu-like symptoms again. Na namamaga yung lymph nodes dun sa singit. Diba? May headache, muscle ache, and fever. So, manifestation includes minor rash or itching, painful sore, masakit. Diba? Fever, muscle pain, and burning sensation on urine. Mahapdi pag umiihi yung pasyente. So, pain and itching and tenderness may occur in the genital area until infection clear. So, pag nawala na yan, na-clear na, mawala na yung pain ulit. Diba? So, there will be small red bumps or tiny white blister appear on few days or weeks after ng infection. So, usually, ulcer may form when blister ruptured, ooze, and bleed. So, this lesion may be painful to urinate, kaya siya mahapdi. And then, nagkakaroon ng scabs. Diba? Parang nagkakaroon ng langib-langib. Diba? Habang gumagaling yung mga ulcers na yan. And sore appear when infection enter the body, and patient can spread the disease by touching a sore and then rubbing or scratching unaffected areas of the body, including yung mata po ni patient. So, men and women can develop sore saan? Sa buttocks, sa thighs, sa anus, sa mouth, sa pharynx, yan, urethra. Okay na mag-isip paano nakarating yan dyan. Yan. So, ito pa yung sample. Ayan. Nasa bibig ni patient. Diba? Women can also develop sore in the vaginal area, external genitalia, or genital cervix. Ayan. Ayan. Kaya, tingnan mo, ganyan po itsura. Ayan, may mga butlig-butlig dun sa pipi. Diba? Sa lalaki naman, ano daw, penis and scrotum, Ayan, may butlig-butlig. Ayan. Kaya ano kaya ang tanong ko ngayon sa inyo? Pag nakipag-sex kayo, o bago kayo makapag-sex, lights on or lights off? Diba? Diba sabi ni kaya tanong ko ba, lights on or lights off? Kasi pag lights off, hindi mo makita, meron na palang mga ganyan dun sa katsurbahan mo. Ayan. Kaya dapat, lights on muna, assess muna, di ba? Kasi nurse kayo, di ba? Assessment first. Assess mo muna kung malinis bago makipag-jugjugan. Okay? So, treatment modalities natin. So, initial treatment. Once signs of genital herpes is observed, the doctor puts the client on antiviral drugs. Drug therapy is not a cure, but it can make living with condition easier. Kasi, di ba, painful and itchy yan. So, the three major groups commonly used for treating yung genital herpes. Acyclovir or Sovirax, Famciclovir or Famvir, or Valacyclovir or Valtrex. So, yan po yung mga binibigay sa kanila. But now, intermittent treatment. Same drugs are taken for 2 to 5 in cases of recurrence. Diba? Pwede pag umulit-ulit sa kanya. Suppressive treatment naman, if the infection recurs often, an antiviral drug is taken every day. For patients who suffer more than 6 outbreaks a year, suppressive therapy can reduce the number of outbreaks. So, ibig sabihin, parang halos gagawin maintenance pag paulit-ulit na laging nagkakaroon ng outbreak. So, personal hygiene is very essential to halt or minimize spread ng herpes. Diba? Yun nga. Kaya dapat personal hygiene. Diba? Yung mga personal na articles na hindi dapat i-share, hindi dapat share. So, how will we prevent? O, saan daw nakukuha nga siya? E di sa sex. So, avoid having sex. Especially kapag may outbreak. Diba? Madali kasing magkalat siya. Ano pa daw? Kung ayaw mo tumikil, hindi mo kayang hindi makapag-sex, use protection. Ayan, kagaya ng mga condoms, dental dams during sex to help decrease yung risk na ma-acquire. O, tanda na, help decrease yung risk. Pero pwede mo pa rin siyang makuha. Ayan na pala, avoid contact with another person's mouth or genitals. So, bawal mapagkiskisan, bawal kumanta. Ayan. Okay, so tandaan nyo lang sa mga STD, pag tinanong, paano mape-prevent yan, abstinence ang sagot lang dyan. Okay, may question po sa herpes? Malinaw? Hindi na magkaka-herpes? Hindi na. Sige, next naman is your chlamydia or chlamydial infection. So, chlamydial infection, often simply known as chlamydia, is a sexually transmitted infection caused by the bacterium Chlamydia trichomatis. Most people who are infected have no symptoms. Ayan, ito na mahirap sa chlamydia. Kadalasan, walang sintomas. Diba? Chlamydia can be contracted during vaginal, anal, or oral sex and can be passed from infected mother to her baby during childbirth. So, kuha naman yung baby. Pwede niya makuha yan. So, etiologic agent is your Chlamydia trichomatis, Chlamydia pistaki, and Chlamydia pneumoniae. So, these cause conjunctivitis, congenital, and respiratory infection. So, this is also the reason why the newborn is, diba, nagbibigay po ng ophthalmic ointment. Diba? Diba kaya binibigyan, isa rin yan para ma-prevent din natin dun sa baby. So, mode of transmission, vaginal or rectal intercourse. So, hindi safe. So, ibig sabihin, pwede mo pa rin siya makuha kahit sa puwet. Nakipag-jugjugan. Pwede pa rin siyang makuha. Oral, genital, contact with infected person. Ayan. Kinain mo ang, ano daw yung kinain? Tahong ni Carla. Diba? Ayan. Children born to mother with chlamydial infection may develop conjunctivitis, otitis media, and pneumonia during passage through the birth canal. Symptoms, according to the affected body parts. So, depende. Pag sa babae, ayan, cervicitis, ibig sabihin sa cervix. So, pwedeng mangyari, masira yung cervix niya, magkaroon ng mga discharges, tas mabaho. Diba? Macropurulent discharge. Pelvic pain and dyspareunia. Ano yung dyspareunia? Painful sexual intercourse. So, masakit kapag nakikipag-sex yung babae. So, may pain. So, hindi sarap ang kanyang nararamdaman, sakit. So, dyspareunia po yun. So, pwedeng sintomas po yun na merong chlamydia yung patient. So, ano daw yung lumalabas na discharge? Macropurulent na mabaho. Ayan. Kasi yan yung mga discharge dun sa loob ng cervix ng pasyente. Pag sinilip mong ganon, ayan. Merong cream cheese dun sa loob. Okay, women with endometritis or salpingitis may experience signs of pelvic inflammatory diseases such as pain and tenderness in the abdomen kasi apektado yung mattress niya. Diba? Cervix, uterus, and lymph nodes ng patient. So, pwede na mag-chills, fever, breakthrough bleeding, bila na lang nagbi-bleed. And ayun, nagbi-bleed din after intercourse. Kala virgin, ngayon pala, merong chlamydia, kaya dinudugo after makipag-sex. O, pag naman urethral syndrome, dysuria, pyuria, and urinary. So, basta kahit urethral, so lahat yan, puro sa pag-ihi yung apektado or yung sintomas na makikita kay patient. So, sa lalaki naman daw, pag sa epididymis naman, painful scrotal swelling, masakit na namamaga yung itlog. Di ba, epididymis? Siya po yung daanan ng sperm na nakakabit dun sa scrotum. Di ba, nagkakaroon ng urethral discharge. Yan. So, ito po, masakit. Kasi di ba, ito yung epididymis. So, namamaga siya. Kaya sumasakit yung itlog. And, pag chinek, ayan o, merong bavarian na lumabas dun sa penis ng lalaki. Ayan, di ba? Kaya nga, lights on or lights off. O, di ba? Kaya importante yung lights on lagi. Check muna, no? Assess. Ayan. Some patient may have diarrhea, tenesmus, pruritus, bloody or macropurulent discharge, and diffuse or discrete ulceration in the recto-sigmoid colon. Ito pa especially kapag rectal or anal sex, diyan siya nakikita tong mga sintomas na to. Okay, so how will we diagnose? Swab from the site of infection, di ba? Doon sa cervix, doon sa butas nung penis ng lalaki, o kuha ng secretion, tapos ipapa-culture. Diba? ELISA, pwede rin pong gawin dyan, or direct fluorescent antibody test. Okay, so, maganda sa chlamydia, merong treatment. So, ano bibigay? Doxycycline oral for 7 days. Single dose ng azithromycin. O, alam nyo na, pag nagkatulo, ayan. So, pag may nakita ko sa inyo dumili ng doxycycline at azithromycin, alam na. Ayan. So, management, practice, universal precaution. Suggest both partners should submit for HIV testing. So, pwede rin pa-check na rin po kasi pwede rin isang cause yun. And syempre, halimbawa, isa lang yung may sakit. Kailangan pareho ipa-check kasi magkakaroon ng, ano daw tawag yung ping-pong effect. Kasi halimbawa, yung lalaki lang nagpa-treat. Nahawa na niya pala yung babae. Tapos nagjugjugan ulit sila. Nag-sex ulit sila. O, kailangan pareho silang mag-undergo ng treatment. Okay, check newborns for signs of chlamydial infection. Yan, kasi nga, ano ba yung mga common complications ng chlamydia? So, untreated chlamydia infection can lead to epididymitis, salpingitis, pelvic inflammatory disease, and eventually sterility. So, ibig sabihin, pwede kang mabaog. Kasi diba, continuously na maga yung epididymis. So, masisira na ngayon yung daanan ng sperm. Diba? Doon naka-attach to sa iyo, hindi ka na ngayon magkakaanak. Sa babae naman, yung ovaries. Diba? Kaya salpingitis. And some study shows that pregnancy of women infected with this organism can result in abortion and sometimes premature delivery. So, minsan na yan, nagkukos daw yan ng tawag ito, nalalaglag yung baby kapag merong chlamydia yung pasyente or infected ng chlamydia yung patient natin. Okay, malinaw sa chlamydia. Okay, another candidiasis, also known as moniliasis or candidosis. So, candidiasis is a fungal infection caused by a yeast called your Candida albicans. So, it often infects the nails, onychomycosis, the skin, diaphragm, and mucous membrane, particularly sa oropharynx, thrush, and vagina, moniliasis, esophagus, and GIT. So, etiologic agent is your Candida albicans. Sabi nga, Candida albicans is part of normal flora in your gastrointestinal tract, mouth, vagina, and skin. So, paano siya naging sakit? Kapag dumami siya ng dumami. And kadalasan, sabi dito, there is a raise in glucose level in diabetes milk. So, ibig sabihin, dumadami siya ng dumadami, lalo na kapag mataas yung glucose level ni patient. Mas ito ito kasi yung papadami ng yeast. Patient with immune resistance, diba, is decreased. Pwede rin po yan. Yung mga may cancer. Ayan, yung mga merong immunosuppressive therapy, radiation, HIV infection, pwede rin po. Low estrogen rises as the pregnant women, pwede rin yan. Introduced systematically by intravenous or urinary catheters, drug abuse, hyperalimentation or surgery, and broad-spectrum antibiotics are used as they depress the normal flora, allow the candidate to proliferate. So, anything that will alter or magbibigay ng chance dun sa Candida albicans para mas dumami ng dumami. Yun yung short, para in short. Diba? So, yun, pag dumami siya, yun yung nagkukos ng sakit. Kasi ba normal flora siya. So, kaya hindi siya pwedeng sobrang dami. So, ano daw yung mga signs and symptoms for superficial candidiasis? So, skin becomes scaly, erythematous, and papular rash that is sometimes covered with exudates. They appear below the breast, between the fingers, axilla, groin, umbilicus. Ayan. Kaya nga, di ba? Check mo. Skin becomes, ulit. Ayan, o. Pag-angat mo ng dede, ayan, may tinatagong sikreto. Ayan. So, nails, red, swollen, dark nail beds, occasionally with purulent discharge. And parang natatanggal na yung kuko. So, eto naman po itsura niyan. Ang dami nyo na i-check, ano? Kuko, ilalim ng dede, yung pepe, yung tete. Ano pa daw? Vaginal mucosa produces white or yellowish discharge. Tapos, makatiyan, pruritus with local secretion. White or gray raised patches on vaginal walls with local inflammation are present. So, when experience ng genital itching and burning or with or without cottage cheese-like. So, pwedeng may lumabas na parang cheese o pwedeng wala po. Sa lalaki, makate yung penis niya. So, ito po yung pwedeng lumabas na secretion sa kanya. Yan o, may mga puti-puti. Yan o, akala mo naglalaway lang. O, sa lalaki, ayan po yung ulo ng penis niya. Parang nagbabalat-balat. Sabi sa inyo, lights on tayo. Okay, ano pa daw? Oropharyngeal mucosa candidiasis. So, sa bibig. So, appear cream-colored or bluish-white patches of exudate sa tongue, sa mouth, pharynx that reveal bloody engorgement with scrape. Pag kinasas mo, dudugo yan. So, they may swell and cause respiratory distress sa infant. So, ito naman po itsura niyan. Kung kala mo, hindi lang nag-toothbrush. Isang buwan ng ganyan. So, in visceral candidiasis naman, the alimentary tract and intravascular catheters are main routes of entry of microorganisms. Diba? Nag-NGT, O kaya, in-IV, yung pasyente. Yan, pwede po. Yan. So, renal, ayan, nag-catheter. Yan. So, fever, flank pain, dysuria, hematuria, and pyuria. Pulmonary naman, fever and cough. Diba? Pulmonary candidiasis. Yan. So, bisabasanda nyo lang kung saan siya na punta. So, brain, pwede rin po. So, parang nagkakaroon ng parang Alzheimer yung pasyente. Di ba? Nagkaka-headache, nuchal rigidity, tapos nagsi-seizure yung patient natin. So, yun yung mga deep candidiasis natin. Endocardium, sa heart, pwede rin po yan. So, ito yung mga open heart surgery, mga nag-implant ng prosthesis. Yan yung mga pwede siyang makuha. So, diagnostic procedures, stool culture, gram staining of the skin, vaginal discharge, or scrape, kukuha ng sample. Diba? So, treatment, so sa bibig, oral thrush, nystatin. O, pag oral, cotrimazole, fluconazole, ketoconazole used for infection sa mucous membrane sa vagina. Fluconazole naman, and amphotericin kapag systemic infection pag nasa circulation ni patient. So, amphotericin is also used to treat life-threatening fungal infections. Ayan. So, medyo mga mahal po pag fungal drugs. O, prevention, check high-risk patient for daily patchy areas of irritations or throat and bleeding of gums. Check vaginal discharge, note the color, the odor, and the amount. Ayan. So, di ba? Check po tayo ng check. Okay, may question po ba sa candidiasis? Daming sakit nun, ang daming lumalabas. Huh? Sige, next natin would be the gonorrhea. Gonorrhea, also known as CLAP, Flores Blancas, GLIT. So, ano ba ang gonorrhea? Sabi natin, sexually transmitted bacterial disease involving the mucosal lining of the genitourinary tract, the cervix, the rectum, the pharynx, membranes of the eyes, and the conjunctiva. So, infectious agent is your Neisseria, gonorrhea, or gonococcus. Characterized by gram-negative coccus found in pairs, non-performing, non-motile. It is fragile and does not survive long outside the body. So, dun siya sa katawan siya survive. So, it is readily killed by drying, sunlight, ultraviolet air, by ordinary disinfectants lang pwede siyang mamatay. So, this organism cannot live for more than a few seconds outside the body and not transmitted by touching objects like toilet seats and clothes. So, hindi mo siya makukuha daw dyan. So, incubation period, 3 to 21 days, average of 3 to 5 days kapag nakapasok yan sa katawan ng isang tao. So, transmission through contact with exudates from mucous membrane of infected person, usually yan nga, sexual activity, diba? Ayan, pwede naman po utero upon rupture ng membranes, diba? Na positive blood. So, kaya, these are documented in infants delivered in cesarean section after membrane has ruptured. So, pwede din po siya nakuha doon yun kahit nag-CCS. Direct contact with contaminated vaginal secretions of the mother, diba? Paglabas ng baby, doon pwede niya makuha. And may also be transmitted through fomites or purulent vulvovaginitis dun sa patient. Kaya pwede rin pong, ayan, through sexual contact. So, tandaan, kahit anong klaseng sexual, orogenital, anogenital, ayan, partners between opposite sex, o kahit same sex, pwede mo siyang makuha yung sakit na yan kung meron yung isa sa inyo na yan. Okay, risk factors affecting gonococcal infection, younger individuals. Bakit? Kasi di ba pag bata, ayan, mahilig mag-experiment. Diba? Actually sa US, yan, common yan ang sakit ng mga teenagers doon. Okay, people with multiple partners. Iba-iba, gabi-gabi. Diba? Iba-iba yung ka-sex. Clients who had previous gonorrhea infection. So, madali na siyang magkaroon agad niyan. Individuals who have other STDs or sexually transmitted disease, especially kung merong AIDS or HIV yung pasyente. So, period of communicability, sabi, Communicability is variable. The infected person may remain communicable as long as the organism are present in the secretion and discharges. Basta nandun siya. So, ano daw yung mga manifestation? Sa babae, burning sensation and frequent urination associated with the itching and perineal area, redness and swelling ng genitals niya. Tapos, merong yellowish purulent vaginal discharge. Urethritis or cervicitis may occur for few days after ng exposure. Endometritis, salpingitis, and pelvic peritonitis are symptoms of uterine invasion. Sabihin, nandun na sa taas, nandun na sa mismong loob, nasa matres na, nasa may ovaries na, and pwede pong magbaog yung pasyente kapag po ganyan. Early signs of pelvic infection, so fever, lagi naman yan, vomiting, nausea, abdominal pain, or tenderness. So, vaginal bleeding between periods, such as after yung mga sexual intercourse din. Pregnant women with gonorrhea may infect the eyes of the baby during the passage to the birth canal. Kasi di ba, dyan siya dadaan. So, pwede maapektuhan po yung baby. Yan. So, kaya nga po, ano ibibigay? Ano ibibigay kay baby? Yung, ano nga yung eye ointment na yon? Silver nitrate ba? Yan. Sa lalaki, ano naman makikita? Dysuria with purulent discharge. May parang tulo. From the urethra 2 to 7 days after exposure. Rectal infection is common among homosexual kung doon nakipag-sex, di ba? Inflammation of the urethra can cause strictures and can prevent passage of the urine. So, sumisikip yung daanan. Yeah, prostatitis, pelvic pain, and fever pa rin sa kanya. O, yan yung lumalabas dun sa patient natin. Yan, merong Bavarian ulit na lumabas. Ay, milk na pala, hindi na Bavarian. Gonorrhea can also infect other parts of the body such as the eyes. Diba? So, pag nagkaroon sa eyes niyan, may pain, photophobia, and sensitivity to light. Tapos parang nagkakaroon ng pus like. So, kala mo, conjunctivitis, pero hindi. Talagang parang nana yung lumalabas dun sa mata ng pasyente. Pwede rin sa throat, kasi baka may nilunok ka, may sinubo ka. Diba? Patient may have sore throat, ayan, swollen lymph nodes or lymph nodes sa leeg niya. Joints may also be affected. Usually, masakit po yan. Pain accompanied by swelling, redness, and warmth. Sa rectum, baka kasi may pinasok ka doon, ayan. So, there is itchiness around the rectum, later followed by discharge, sometimes blood present doon sa stool ni patient. Kaya kailangan nila minsan meron lang internal hemorrhoid yung pasyente. Pero, gonorrhea na pala yun. So, diagnostics for female, culture of the specimen from the cervix or anal canal, inoculation specimen of your tire Martin medium is made. So, the medium contains an antibiotic that inhibits the growth of other microorganisms. So, titingnan, papagrowing siya kung positive talaga. Sa lalaki, gram stain ng urethral discharge. So, lumabas din sa may penis ng lalaki. So, treatment, ayan. So, sabi, due to emerging strains of drug-resistant Neisseria gonorrhea, the CDC recommend that uncomplicated gonorrhea be treated only. Kasi nga, di ba, common siya. Ulit-ulit. Kaya iba, kung anong gamot iniinom or hindi tinatapos. Kaya si CDC nag-recommend na dapat pag uncomplicated, ang ibibigay sa kanila, ceftriaxone, nasasabayan ng azithromycin, or doxycycline. Yan yung mga pwedeng ibigay. Or kung ano yung i-recommend ng doktor. Yan. For pregnant women naman, ceftriaxone po yung ibibigay. 125 to 250 mg IM single dose plus erythromycin orally for 7 days. So, Aqueous, Procaine, Penicillin for 4 million units intramuscular after negative skin test is given if the client is sensitive to ceftriaxone and azithromycin. So, ayan po yung mga pwedeng other antibiotics natin. And sabi, the CDC guidelines recommend 10 to 14 days parenteral therapy for gonococcal meningitis and 4 weeks treatment of gonococcal endocarditis. So, mas matagal kapag sa brain or sa heart nagkaroon ng gonorrhea yung pasyente natin. Sa baby naman, ayan, so bibigay nga tayo ng eye prophylaxis or crib prophylaxis para ma-prevent natin yung ophthalmia neonatorum o yung pagkabulag ng baby. Yung nilalagay dun sa mata, di ba? Pag newborn care po tayo. So, prevention and control, syempre, sex education, very important, not only at home and at school, but also sa community. Yan, emphasize the mode of transmission and source of infection, case finding and contact tracing. Diba, lalo na yung mga may multiple partners. Kasi, ikakalat lang yan ang ikakalat yung sakit na yan. So, gonorrhea treatment for partners is essential. So, the sex partner of patient should also undergo testing and treatment for gonorrhea. Even if, of course, she has no signs or symptoms, kailangan pa rin niya ng treatment para sure. Okay, so if the patient has been cured of their infection, they can still be contact the disease if their partner is not treated. And there is no immunity for gonorrhea. Ibig sabihin, walang antibody, walang pang-injection na pwedeng ibigay para hindi mo siya makuha. Okay, nursing management, all information concerning the patient considered confidential. Sa lahat ng STD, tandaan yung confidentiality. There should be no discussion concerning the patient and laboratory reports. Infants born with mother positive with gonorrhea should be given silver nitrate, eye prophylaxis, or any similar recommended ophthalmic preparation on the birth. Yun yung binibigay natin. Isolation of patient until he or she has recovered from the disease. Okay, may question po? May kasama pa ba ako? Sige. So, next natin is your syphilis. Last natin yung syphilis or second to the last. Syphilis or Lou venereal or morbus gallicus. So, syphilis is a chronic infectious sexually transmitted disease that usually begin in the mucous membrane and quickly becomes systemic. So, kumakalat siya. So, left untreated, it causes serious complication of various parts of the human body. And syphilis is simple to cure using the cure. Madali lang siyang gamutin basta tama yung treatment. Pero kapag hindi siya na-treat, yun po yung nagkakaroon ng malaking problema sa patient. So, etiologic agent is your Treponema pallidum. So, it has no other host but human. So, sa tao lang siya nakukuha. So, when viewed in the fresh smear from a lesion, T. pallidum has shiny, swirling threads, twisting their way like corkscrew motion through debris of the smear pag sinilip daw niya. So, it is believed that their spirochaete will pass through the mucosa even though a visible crack in the surface may not be present or the site of edema. Sabihin, pwede siya mag-penetrate daw po yan. So, the organism can also pass through the placenta and infect the developing fetus within the body of the syphilic mother. So, yung kawawa naman yung baby. So, pwede siyang mag-cross sa placenta. So, the spirochaete cannot withstand drying but can tolerate considerable temperature variation. So, ayaw niya ng tuyo pero sa temperature, medyo matatag siya, mainit or malamig. Based on study, the organism has been found alive in drinking glass 1.5 hour after glass has been rinsed with cold water. So, incubation period is 10 to 90 days. The average is 3 weeks. So, transmission occur through any kinds of intimate contact with infected person. Yan, interaction that may bring mucus or glandular secretion from person with syphilis to the skin of or mucous membrane. So, ibig sabihin, basta nakaging contact ka doon sa pasyente or sa any body fluids na mayroong syphilis, pwede mo siyang makuha. Indirect, yan, yung mga freshly soiled articles or yung mga ginamit ng pasyente na meron. Basta yun, di ba, 1 to 1.5 hour daw. Vertical transmission, ayan nga, placenta, yung mga syphilic mother. So, accidental exposure, mga caretakers, carelessly handling contaminated diapers, ayan, soiled by baby or with congenital syphilis. So, kaya mag-gloves po pag nag-diaper change. Source of infection, discharge from obvious or concealed lesions of the skin or mucous membrane ng tao sa semen, blood, tears, urine ng infected person, mucus discharge sa eyes, nose, genitals, basta any secretion sa katawan ng tao. So, surface lesions containing high counts of your spirochaete natin. So, if untreated cases, syphilis is divided into stages. We have primary, secondary, latent, and tertiary. So, iba-iba yung sintomas niyan. So, this makita natin kung ano-ano ba yung mga sintomas na lalabas kay patient. And dyan po magbe-base yung diagnosis and treatment natin. So, let's start with primary syphilis. So, primary syphilis, sabi, occurs when 2 to 3 weeks after inoculation of the microorganism. So, ngayon, nagkakaroon ng mga sore dun sa site ng mismong infection. And this lesion is known as your chancres. Yan yung mga parang bumubukol doon. Usually occur on or around the genitals, around the anus, or pwede sa rectum, pwede sa bibig, basta kung saan siya nag-infect. So, tandaan, yung chancres are firm, round, painless, na parang bukol dyan. Mamaya may picture ako, papakita ko yung tsura ng mga chancres na yan. Chancres vary in appearance from pimple-like to ulcerated. In males, it usually appears in the head of the penis, nasa ulo sa babae, sa vulva, also appear inside the vagina, pwede din sa cervix. Yan, kaya natatago siya, hindi siya nakikita. So, the chancre appear both sexes in some other parts of the body such as lips, fingers, anus, and tongue. So, this chancre starts macule, papule, and then mag-erode siya. And then, they have indurated, so nakabukol siya, nakaangat yung pagiligid niya. Parang nag-skin test na butas yung gitna, pero naiwan yung gilid na nakaangat. So, clear bases associated with lymphadenopathy, either unilateral or bilateral. So, even without treatment, these chancres disappear in 10 to 30 days. Or weeks even without treatment, pwede siyang mawala. So, leading to post-conclusion na gumaling na. Pero hindi siya gumaling. Nagpapahinga lang siya. Okay, so this disease is highly contagious during the stage but can easily cured with antibiotics. So, itsura ng chancre, eto, yan o. Sa dila, meron. Ayan o. Oh. Sa ethics, ayan o. Ayan. Sa bibig. Ayan. Kita nyo? Oh, sa pipi. Ayan. Oh. Kaya, lights on ulit, tapos bulat-latin muna. Okay, secondary syphilis naman. Ito naman po yung, occurs when hematogenous spread of the organism from original chancre to generalized infection. The signs and symptoms, syphilis can be mild and might be unnoticed. So, ibig sabihin, kumakalat na siya. So, generalized, so, lymphadenopathy, diba? So, meron pang, dito, sabi, about few days to 8 weeks na onset ng initial chancre. So, magkakaroon ng cutaneous lesion na yung patient natin. So, the rash secondary to syphilis involves the trunk and extremities including the palms and the soles of the feet and swollen lymph nodes near fever. And rashes secondary to, lilibis na yung maculopapular pustule nodular yung makikita natin sa kanya. And the lesions are uniform sizes, well-defined and generalized. So, macules often erupt between rows of plaits of the trunk and on the arms, palms. So, sa mga singit siya sa scalp, lumalabas din siya. So, in warm, most areas of the body, like the perineum, vulva, rolls of the fat in the scrotum, lesions and large erode, producing highly contaminated pink or grayish-white lesions known as your condylomata lata. So, kanina pa-flat na nakaangat. Ngayon naman, sa secondary, ito na yung condyloma mata. Yan, di ba? May mga bukol-bukol. O, hindi po yan, ano ito? Hindi yan taga Wakanda. Yan. Ayan, o, yung pepe. Yan, o. May mga kuntil-kuntil. So, yan po yung secondary natin. So, these are mild constitutional symptoms in the second stage which include headache, anorexia, malaise, and weight loss kasama po na makikita sa kanya. So, pwede rin pong sore throat and possible slight fever. And For some instances, meron pong kakaroon ng alopecia or nalalagas yung buhok. And yung nails nila nagiging brittle. Parang merong anemia. Ayan, manipis, numinipis. Tapos ayun, parang may mga tuldok-tuldok. Ayan, so parang nag-anemia din yung patient. Ayan. And the third naman is the latent syphilis. Ito naman. The latent syphilis, there are no symptoms or signs of syphilis but microorganisms still alive in the body. So, wala ka nakitang signs and symptoms sa patient, pero nandun sa kanya yan. So, the patient is not contagious, but syphilis may still affect the heart, the brain, the nerves, bones, and other parts of the body. And this phase can last for years siyang tumatagal dyan. So, not everyone who has syphilis will enter this phase. So, some people will go into the tertiary stage. So, pag hindi pumunta sa latent stage, tertiary na siya pupunta. Ano na may tertiary? Associated with severe medical problems. So, ano na yan? Ibig sabihin, kailangan ng maraming test. Diba? Apektado na po yung heart, yung brain, yung mga other organ ng katawan ng pasyente. Kaya siya tertiary. And, present a slowly progressive inflammatory disease with potential to affect multiple organs. This stage considered destructive but non-infectious. So, hindi siya infectious. Kaso, nasisira yung mga organ ng patient. Okay? And the patient is less contagious to others, but infected individuals experience severe problems. Ano yung meron? Pwedeng neurosyphilic, ibig sabihin, nervous system yung apektado. So, meningeal symptoms. Ibig sabihin, yung meninges, yung brain. So, kaya, anong lalabas? Headache, nausea, vomiting, di ba? Stiff neck, di ba? Cranial nerve palsies, di ba? Merong seizure or mga changes in mental status. Meningobascular syphilis naman, parang nag-stroke yung pasyente. Bigla nagkaroon ng headache, vertigo, nahilo, tapos parang nagkakaroon ng konting weakness. Yan, yung pasyente na. Or pwede rin general paresis, includes personality abnormalities, changes in affect, hyperactivity or speech defect, bulol, na parang bigla na lang nagagalit, nag-iiba yung mood. You also have your tabes dorsalis, has signs of symptoms, demyelination of the posterior columns or dorsal root of your ganglia. Ibig sabihin yung sa may spinal column natin, ito naman yung na-apektuhan. So, ano yung makikita sa kanya? Ataxic wave-based gait. So, parang napapa-stop yung pasyente. Slow motion na parang robot na gaganon. Foot slap. Diba? Parang natatapilok siya lagi. Paresthesia, nakapaganon yung nakaparang tapilok o nakapalabas yung paa ni patient. Diba? Paresthesia, bladder disturbances, and impotence. Ayaw na tumigas. Diba? Trophic joint degeneration result from loss of pain and sensation also occur dun sa patient. Cardiovascular, ayan, kapag untreated, pwede sa heart ni patient. So, aortitis, aortic regurgitation, cellular aneurysm, pwede rin po yan. Diba? So, coronary ostial stenosis. So, we also have your gammas. Ano naman yung gammas? Diba? Localized soft gummy vascular granulation tissue may occur anywhere. And kadalasan po, sabi dito, dahil this can obstruct yung mga blood supply that's nagkakos ng necrosis na bubulok. And this size of lesion ranges from microscopic to several centimeters. So, pwede siyang lumalaki. Sa skin, sa bone, sa mouth. So, ang sample po niyang gamas, ito po. Sa patient, sa ulo, sa mukha, lumabas. Ayan, parang nauuka. Ayan. Oh. Sa penis, meron din. Ayan, nauuka yung penis niya. Akala mo may kumagat lang, walang kumagat dyan. Okay, late stage syphilis naman, involving the liver, causes epigastric pain, tenderness, spleen, and anemia na. So, it affects the upper respiratory tract. Ayan, nagkakaroon din ng nasal septum or palate perforation. And sabi niya dito sa late stage, so, yung mga bones and other organs is pwede niyang i-affect and very fatal po pag late stage syphilis na tayo. So, diagnostics, disregard nyo po to. Dark field illumination test is most effective in the moist lesion is present. Sisilipin niya. Fluorescent treponemal antibody absorption. So, mahalaga dyan, venereal disease research laboratory, slide test and rapid plasma or CSF analysis. So, ang halaga dyan, lahat to is ina-identify yung presence po ng syphilis or yung Treponema pallidum dun sa patient natin. So, the treatment is, early syphilis treatment is penicillin G or penicillin lang and bensantin IM. So, 2.4 million. Syphilis more than a year duration is treated with penicillin G 2.4 for 3 weeks. Sobrang tagal na. Inalagaan yung syphilis, di ba? Pag non-pregnant patient na mayroong allergy sa penicillin, pwede po yung tetracycline and doxycycline. Tandaan na, doxycycline sa bawal sa buntis, meron siyang teratogenic effect. So, it's given 15 days for early syphilis and 30 days for late infections naman. So, bawal sa buntis. Patient who are receiving in treatment must abstain from sexual contact until syphilis completely healed and partners must also be treated and syempre kailangan complete yung treatment. So, prevention, ayan, sex education, di ba? So, ayan, yung abstinence, alamin kung paano ba siya nakahawa, paano ba mape-prevent siya. So, report cases of Department of Health, kasi nga, mabilis siyang kumalat. So, regulate prostitution and required sex workers to undergo regular check-up. So, sa ibang bansa na regular po, na legal yung prostitution, meron po mga health certificate po yung mga sex workers na chine-check sila every now and then para to make sure na hindi sila nakakapagkalat ng sakit. Also, any sexually active person who can get syphilis through unprotected vaginal, anal, or anal sex. So, kaya dapat lumamit ng protection. And ano pa daw? Have an honest and open talk with healthcare provider. Sabihin mabuti ano ba meron talaga para matest or ma-refer po kayo kung saan pwedeng ipatest. Yan. So, case finding, mahalaga po yan. Para po ma-prevent natin yung pagkalat ng sakit. And emphasize to the client the importance of completing the treatment even mawawala na yung symptoms. Kahit anong sakit naman, di ba? Yan laging tatandaan natin. Pag sinabing 15 days, 15 days. Pag sinabing 30 days, 30 days. Sa mga clients, so inform their partners that they should be tested if necessary treated. So, kailangan po yung partners nila matreat din po natin. Paano kaya? Pag hindi pala sa asawa nakuha kasi nag-beer house. Yan, mag-aaway pa. Okay, so practice universal precaution. Encourage the patient to undergo BRDL testing 3, 6, 12, and 24 months to detect possible relapse. So, ibig sabihin, after the treatment, magpapa-retest siya para makita kung talagang totally wala na. Clear na yung patient. Kasi pwedeng mag-ulit, pwedeng bumalik po up. Kaya 3, 6, 12, and 24 months uulit. So, after 24 months, wala, negative. Okay na siya yung pasyente natin. Sabi nga, report all cases to public authorities and refer the patient to sexual partners to HIV testing. In secondary, syphilis, keep the lesion dry as much as possible. If they draining, dispose the contaminated materials properly, no? Para hindi po makakahawa. And in cardiovascular syphilis naman, yan. So, siyempre, yung heart yung affected. So, yun yung i-check natin, di ba? Cardiac output, kung nag-decrease ba yung urine output ng pasyente, hypoxia, yan, sensorium, or kakaroon ng pulmonary congestion. And, in neurosyphilis, ayan, siyempre, yung level of consciousness ng pasyente, yung mood, yung coherence, or nagkakaroon ba ng attack siya, yun ngayon parang nagiging robot yung lakad ng pasyente, yung lalak yung patient natin. Alright, may question po ba? May clarification? May kasama pa ba ako? O naubos na yung mga estudyante ko? So, madaming nawala na. Mag-check tayo ulit ng attendance. Okay, so wala pong question. So, thank you so much for listening. Tandaan, sex is a part of love. You shouldn't go around doing it unless you are in love. Diba? Ayan. Pero tandaan, be safe. Lagi pong mag-iingat. Gumamit ng proteksyon kasi mahirap pong magkasakit. Alright, so thank you so much for listening.